Hey guys, Jeremy here, and it's a new week, and around here that usually means more stuff. So, this video is going to be just like the last one that I did. I'm going to show you some of the things that I picked up over this past week. Now, we're going to start things off at Walgreens, and I went to a different Walgreens, not the golden Walgreens that I went to last time. So Walgreens is closer to my house that usually doesn't have anything that I want to pick up, with the exception of a prototype Boba Fett. I got that from that Walgreens. But I got a pizza and it was in the area, so I thought, well, let me just pop in there and see what they got. And lucky for me, they did have a couple things. Now, I already took them out the box, but I'm going to show you everything. And the first thing here is this Re-Yeast. This is one of the other Star Wars Walgreens exclusive Star Wars Funko Pops from this current wave. And they had him there. In fact, they had a few of them there. And here he is right here. Now, the cool thing about this pop is they use some similar painting techniques that they did with Plo Koon. He was in the last video that I did. And that there's not just one static color. It's not like a regular flesh tone where it looks kind of beige and a little bit of pink. You know, they added some more detail in there and they helped to create more depth. Like you can look on this Funko Pop and you can see like a little bit of shadow that's underneath his eyes, and they painted a more of a darker pink along these antennae that he have. Antennae? Is that the plural? Well, anyway, they mixed in a lot of light colors and dark colors together, and it really helped to bring out this this head sculpt. Had they just used a regular base color and just called it a day, it would look still pretty cool as far as the sculpting detail goes, but the paint would have been lacking, and I think that that really helped bring this pop out, and it just brought it to that next level. So I thought that was really cool. The other thing that I got from there is the AT-AT driver. This, out of all of the pops in this line that are currently Walgreens exclusives, this was the one that I wanted the most, the one I thought was the coolest, because I love those painted details on its helmet. And he also has this sculpted part here where the coils that's coming from the helmet, that's actually kind of freestanding, you know. So it's made of a hard plastic, so you can't really squeeze it, but it does sort of, you know, float on its own. It's not molded to his chest, it's actually molded to the back of the helmet. And I just really like the design of this AT-AT driver. Now, word to the wise, there was another AT-AT driver there, but I think there might be something going on with the paint on some of these guys, because this AT-AT driver, there was a black scuff mark of paint on the inside of the box, and looking at the Pop's helmet, you can see like where that paint came from, and it was weird. It was almost like he was put in the box before the paint dried. It was strange, but I kind of get this feeling that with the AT-AT driver, there might be some paint issues with those, or the paint might be a little bit more might stand out more, considering that this pop is mostly white, so the imperfections are going to stand out a lot more than what they usually would. So if you are on the hunt for an AT-AT driver, just make sure that you look closely at the paint. Make sure that you're getting one that looks reasonably good and not one that has red and black and everything else all over in the places where it shouldn't be. So with that, I believe I have all four of the Walgreens exclusive Funko Pops that came out recently. So yay me. I wasn't even really looking for these guys, and what do you know, I got the whole set. Isn't that the way it usually works? Moving on, as you guys know, if you looked at some of my past videos, I've been bitten by the WWE action figure bug, and it's burrowed into my head and laid eggs in my brain. So I've been looking for more and more of those. So I picked up a few more, and one of them is this WWE Elite Hall of Fame Eddie Guerrero. Now, I'm recording this on May the 10th is when I'm recording this. So if you're watching this in this week, go to Target if you are into WWE Hall of Fame Elites, because they are selling these things, the Hall of Fame Elites only, but they're selling them for 10 bucks, $10. That's half off. So even if you really didn't care about Eddie Guerrero, or Hulk Hogan, or Steve Austin, or any of the other Hall of Fame elites that are out there, you cannot beat the price for $10 for an elite figure. That's already a good price, but for a Hall of Fame elite figure, whew, that is one heck of a deal. So I got this Eddie Guerrero here, and I have not taken him out of the box yet. I wanted to save that for you guys, but I am going to do that now. So it was pretty funny. I found this out. I was looking at some forums and I saw that Target had this big sale going on, and I was just like, yeah, I got to get on that. Now, the only ones that they had at my Target were this Eddie Guerrero, and they also had one Stone Cold Steve Austin, a bunch of Tito Santanas, and that's pretty much it. I'm trying to do this without destroying the box. There we go. What Eddie Guerrero comes with here, and of course we're going to get close-ups on all of these, he has this detached sort of plasticky rubbery shirt that you can put on him, and it says Latino Heat on the front, and on the back, can you stand the heat? So if you're a fan of WWE wrestling, you might remember the Latino Heat phase of Eddie Guerrero. And he also comes with a couple of roses. He comes with a bouquet of roses, and then he also comes with one single red rose. You might be wondering, like, well, he has one closed fist and one open hand, so what is he possibly going to do with all these roses? Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put one bouquet of roses in one hand, and then I might just put the other one, let's see, I could probably stick that in between his hair. I'm going to try to stick this in between his hair so it can look like he has a rose coming out of his hair. I'm just going to try to do that. And for this shirt, I'm just going to pop this over his head. I'm not really a fan of these rubbery shirts like this because I think that they make the figure look a little bit too bulky. But yeah, I'll fix this up later. But I'm glad that it, you know, at least went on easy. But it just looks like it's just way like he's swollen up. Yeah, but that's Eddie Guerrero, Hall of Fame Elite. And like I said, for the price, it cannot be beaten. Now, got something else from that Target as well, and this is the WWE Hall of Fame Elite Sergeant Slaughter. There were a couple of these on the shelf, and I was very happy to have found that one because I didn't want to get Tito Santana. You know, nothing against Tito Santana, I just didn't want it. And I didn't want to pick up the Hulk Hogan because, you know. But yeah, he comes with his army hat, and he also comes with some sunglasses and a whistle. So let's pop him out right now. Ready. Gotta be careful with these glasses. Looks like they can bend kind of easily. And for the whistle. All right, so looking at this Sergeant Slaughter, I've noticed that in this WWE figure community, they refer to the heads as face scans or head scans, and I thought that was pretty unique because everywhere else when it comes to the heads of figures, they're just referred to as head sculpts, but they're head scans when it comes to action figures in the WWE, and thought that's really interesting. But yeah, straight up elite articulation. I didn't show articulation on Eddie Guerrero. Apologize for that, but I will show you the articulation just in case you're curious and you aren't really into these or you're trying to get into them. So the elites have more articulation than the basic figures, and it basically just goes from moving the arms up and then having a single jointed elbow and the ab crunch like that, being able to move the legs all the way out and having double jointed knees, and then also being able to move the lower boot or the upper boot there, and you also have some foot pivot, not ankle pivot, but you can like move the foot up and down. On a lot of elites that I have, even though I don't have a lot, but that articulation on the boot where you can move it up and down, it tends to be quite stiff. But that's the basic articulation that you get out of these guys. But it tends to feel pretty good. So yeah, that's Sergeant Slaughter. I'll accessorize him, you know, off camera. But yeah. Is Sergeant Slaughter one of the rarer ones to get? Because at least I think in the beginning they were saying that he wasn't too easy to find. Maybe things changed as time went on. So I got something else to show you. Something that I got from Walgreens. It's a basic. It's a basic Stardust. Now, I know a lot of people don't collect basics if they like to collect elites, but I wanted to get the Stardust because I thought that it looked really, really good. And it was only $10, and I know I can just go online and buy the Elite Stardust with the tag team belts, but you know, I like the purple too. And come on, Stardust. Cool thing about this Stardust is the face scan, which I think looks really, really awesome on this Stardust. It looks just like Cody Rhodes. I've seen I've seen some head scans that don't look all that great, like that ringside exclusive Jericho that just came out. It doesn't really look like Jericho, but this basic Stardust looks just like Stardust, and it's actually quite shocking how good this looks. I really like that silver paint, and this is a pretty well done basic, you know. I like the gold on the boots with the gold S, and of course, since it's a basic, it doesn't have all the articulation, so I can't move the legs out, and I can only really do a little twist at the at the waist, and just got a little single jointed knee, and can't really get much posability out of this. But it's just be a guy that I just stand up and just say like that looks just like Stardust, because he does. And that's pretty awesome. This next item I got from Toys R Us, and it was a huge surprise. I didn't think I would ever find this at this point in time, but it is the NECA-Toy 7-inch Christopher Reeve Superman, and it's based on the 1/4 scale Christopher Reeve Superman that they released a while back. And this was released exclusively at Toys R Us alongside Heath Ledger's Joker and as well as Adam West's Batman. I managed to find the Adam West Batman in one store, and I found the Heath Ledger Joker actually in this same store, but once they were out of stock, I didn't think they would ever restock them again, but I was in there looking for WWE figures, more specifically the Shawn Michaels one, and I just saw this. So it was 2 Batmen left, and I found this one Christopher Reeve, and this completes the trifecta, and I'm very happy I have found this. I'm not going to open this in this video. I think that this figure is special enough to warrant its own video. So I'm going to try to do a review video exclusively on this one. So I'm not going to open it right now. But here is the box. You can take a look at it. It's a very simplistic box, but it's a very nice box nonetheless, all the way around. Each of the figures had a very similar packaging style to go along with it, so I'm really looking forward to opening that and checking that guy out, because I really like that Joker. The Joker looks absolutely amazing. The Adam West Batman is amazing. I'm pretty sure this one is amazing too. So last few things I want to show you I got from Amazon.com. Amazon always coming through for me these days. And one of the things, WWE figure, this is the Terry Funk. Elite figure, Terry Funk. Not sure what Elite series this is. Is it 41 maybe? I'm not too sure. But this Terry Funk comes with the ECW Heavyweight Championship belt and a branding iron. And of course, it's an Elite figure, so he has Elite articulation. So like I said before, I am a sucker for these super shiny championship belts that come with some of these WWE figures. And looking at this ECW World Championship belt, World Heavyweight Championship belt, I mean, this is just great. I love how they have these little inserts for all the plates here. I love the super shiny gold. Oh, these belts, I'm in love with these belts. And here's a good old Terry Funk. Of course, let's get a close-up of Terry Funk. And first, let me just look at his face, tell you how the face scan is, and I like it. I think it looks very nice. He has that smirk on his face, that sort of up on one side, down on one side smirk. I think that's pretty good. The paint on his tights have come out pretty nice. It's very light colored paint, so you can see like the black. It sort of starts to show up in the red lines and in the white lines, not too prominently, but you can tell that the white paint and the red paint wasn't laid on as thick. But skin tone looks good. Tights look good. Nice hair. I like how they did sort of like a light painting like near his hairline because of the thinning hair up top, and his headband is also removable. If you didn't want to wear the headband, you can just take that off and you can put it back on. But yeah, it's Terry Funk. Looks great. Articulation is just what you'd expect from an Elite figure. That ab crunch seems a little bit tight, but you know, that's fine. All right. Next figure that I have to show you is another WWE figure, and I don't know what Elite Series this is from, but this is X-Pac. X-Pac comes with a European Championship belt, which is no longer a thing. And he also comes with a D-Generation X t-shirt. Looks like it's the one where you just disconnect it and you pop it over their heads. I'm not really liking those shirts. I know I haven't been doing this very long, but those shirts tend to make the they look too big, and it tends to make the wrestlers look a little bit weird. I would like it if these things were more cloth, but yeah, what are you going to do? Another main reason why I got X-Pac is because he comes with yet another super shiny WWE European Championship belt. So far as championship belts go, got the European title, got the Hardcore title, 2 old school tag team titles, Smoke and Skull belt, Winged Eagle belt, Attitude Era belt, Divas title belt, and NXT Women's Championship belt. The belts are coming along. Awesome. All right, so good old X-Pac here with his trademark look, with his tongue is sticking out. He still does that to this day in all the other promotions that he'll wrestle for in promotional photos. His tongue is always out. But yeah, it looks good. Face scan, it looks like X-Pac. Probably not the best rendition of X-Pac. Kind of feel like the face is it's a little wide, makes him look a little thicker than he actually was back then. But still looks like X-Pac. I'm glad that I don't see any pink or red from the tongue bleeding over into any other aspect of his face. I like how they did the detail on his headband that he has there. And then he also has the tattoo on his arm, and that tattoo looks really well done. DX trunks look good, and yeah, I'm happy. So far, every Elite figure that I have been happy with. So this X-Pac turned out quite good. And yeah, this is like the shirt that you just kind of pop over his head, and then you have to, well, on this one, it doesn't have like the little connectors, which is very accurate because, you know, it is the type of shirt that X-Pac wore back then. And yeah, I just prefer it without this shirt. You know, I think it looks better without the shirt, but we're still going to keep the shirt around. All right, so last thing that I got is this small little figure right here, and this is from Banpresto. I have quite a few Dragon Ball Z statues from Banpresto, and I have one other really small statue like this, Deborah. So I got this because it was an add-on item, only about $3 or $4. I think it was more like $3.44. And I got it so that it could get me over the $35 minimum so that I can have these shipped to me the same day, or at least the very next day. So I just got this as an add-on item. I'm always happy with the things that Banpresto has. So we have a few bags of this here, and this is a Frieza powered up to 100%. All right, so here is Frieza, and I think it's cool that he comes with a little clear stand that you have to put literally like right in between his legs, right up there. And just gets him hovering off the ground like that as he's powering up. And this is a really good look. You see a little tip of his tail is cut off. He's got a little vein in his forehead from powering up. So this is a very nice small figure. This is about a 2.5 inch figure. If I can just grab something real quick for scale, here's the Mega Bloks Casey Jones figure. And if I kind of just stand them right here base to base, you can kind of see the scale difference between them. So if you know what a Mega Bloks figure looks like, you'll know roughly the size of this guy. So yeah, that is all the stuff that I got over a period of about a week or so, pretty close to a week. And the WWE hype continues to grow, and I need to find somewhere to put these things. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and tune in for whenever I decide to do this NECA Toy Superman review. That is something that I'm really looking forward to doing. And thank you so much for watching. And until next time, I'm Jeremy, and I'll talk to you later.